Yes, in 1930. They took to work everybody from the city in Poland, in Plońsk. They took to work, and then by 6 months, they took every day to work. After the 6 months, they got such a concentration camp, they called civil concentration camp. No, that was near Mielaf, close to the city. And I was there, I think about 6 months. I was working there. And then they make a ghetto. So I was in the ghetto, I think, maybe 3/4 of a year. I didn't remember exactly. And then after the ghetto, they took everybody to Auschwitz by train. They taken by 4 groups. I was in the 3rd group when I went to Auschwitz. We came into Auschwitz, and they took everybody to such article to Auschwitz, and from Auschwitz they took us to 300-400 people. Even I went to Buna. This is the name for the concentration camp. And I was working there in the Schweinestub. So I was working there, I think a year and a half. I don't know really exactly. I can tell you exactly. So after this, when they see it, the war started. I don't know, they took everybody to go with horses. And I see on the road, this is very bad to go by the train. So I'll escape with another guy. I don't know what they call it in Germany. They used to make saddles. Okay, and then near him, escape, I lay down on the floor in a small house. And then this guy said to me, "Jack, you can't sit down here. The Germans will come back, they will kill us." So yes, let's get out of here. As we was going, and he went top of the road, on the top, and then they start shooting. Who starts shooting, I don't know. He was killed, and I jumped. Soon I found out I was alive. And after this, I was laid down for 2 days. Then I saw some soldiers, they walk into us, in the heavy snows. They come to me and they say, "Hands are whole." And they ask me, "You are Fritz?" I says, "No." I show them number from concentration camp, and they say, "Okay." And they took me to the hospital, and they make me bandages and everything. And asked me where they born. I told them everything. They was okay. Then I says to him, "I would like to go back to my city where I born, to see if I have somebody." They say, "Okay, you're a good boy." And I meet there my cousin. And after this is not a place. You have to go to Germany. From Germany, you can go to the United States. That's all.
The questions that I'm going to ask you now are in reference to your city or town, and the in the event if there was a ghetto in your area, you will answer these questions. On question number 1, what was the name of your ghetto?
The name of our ghetto was Plońsk.
Now I want you to state the dates of stay.
The date when it started the ghetto was from October 1939 to October 1940.
Were you in the same town before the ghetto was set up?
Yes, I was.
When was the ghetto in your town set up?
6 months after the Germans come in.
What anti-Jewish actions were taken before the ghetto was established, including pogroms, state dates and details, organized by the Germans or others or jointly?
The Germans, first of all, they put a curfew of the Jews, kinds of heavy work, to shovel coal, construction work, and all kind of different of work, and later they made us to put on the yellow star.
Did any of your family live in the same ghetto with you?
Yes, the whole family lives in that time in the same ghetto with me.
What work did you do in the ghetto?
They make us to put the furniture from the Jewish and from the Poles to the income Germans.
If you stayed in your hometown, how did your townspeople view refugees from other places? Give details regarding refugees, number, places of origin, dates of arrival.
Refugees came in without nothing, without food, without clothes. They came from Warsaw and from Milan and from another small towns. In that time, they came in by 1,000 families close together.
Were you allowed to leave the ghetto at first, and for how long?
It was never allowed to leave the ghetto, except on the work details.
Give me the approximate size of your ghetto.
It was about 40 square blocks, and used to live there about 2,000 families.
Was there a wall, a wooden fence, a barbed wire fence, or no physical boundary?
Yes, wooden fence and wire fence and cinder blocks.
Organization of guard at gates, hours of entry, pass system, nature of guard. Were they Jewish, German, Polish, or other?
Yes, Jewish guards, 3 or 4 guards, day and night by the gate. I got passes from the Judenrat.
Did you have any knowledge of what went on outside of Nazi territory? Were there radios, underground newspapers, or leaflets? Did you send or receive letters from abroad? Through whom? When?
I did not know anything outside from the ghetto, not forever.
When did you know the truth about the exterminations, the gas chambers?
When I got to Auschwitz in 1941.
Did you have any personal or family plans to escape?
No.
What did you eat in the ghetto at different times? Size of ration, method of distribution, and who distributed?
In the ghetto, I was having bread, potatoes, a small cup of soup, maybe once a day. The Judenrat gave this out.
Size of living space throughout the time. How many people in the apartment or room? Cooking and sanitary arrangements, availability of coal or wood for heating.
The size of the room was 10 by 10. We was living by 5 families there. The cooking went on. He had a little coal and a little wood for heating.
What pre-war political parties were there? What was their relative strength? And who were the Jewish leaders in the town before 1939? What happened to them during the war?
I don't know.
How was the first Judenrat appointed?
By the Germans.
Who were the people in it?
The people was the Jews.
Describe origin and background of Judenrat members.
There was Jews from the ghetto, all kinds, all types of people, shoemaker, restaurant worker, little business people, all kinds of different type of people from the city.
How many policemen, Jewish police, ordnance things, were there in the ghetto?
From 50 to 60 policemen was in the ghetto at that time.
What, were they subject to the Judenrat or did they rule it? Were they directly under German supervision, under Polish Blue Police supervision, or?
Judenrat told the Jewish police what to do. And the Jewish police was directly under German supervision.
The questions that I'm not going to ask are related to Auschwitz. Okay, the first question is date of arrival at camp, from where, by what method of transportation?
I arrived in Auschwitz in the beginning of 1942 from Ploensk by train.
Did you arrive alone or with members of your family? What happened to them?
I arrived with my family. No, they were sent right away to the crematorium in Auschwitz.
Was there a selection on arrival?
Yes, it was a selection there.
Did you know what it meant?
No, I didn't know.
Describe the location and size of the camp, its guard system, and when was the camp set up?
The name of the camp was Brno. This was about 15 miles from Auschwitz. In our camp was just guards from the SS. I helped build this camp, which it started in 1942.
How many Germans guarded the camp? How many non-Germans, Ukrainians, Lets, etc.? Were they German SS or did they belong to other units?
The guards of the camp was only SS, not from other countries.
Yeah. How many were there?
5. A few hundred.
Do you remember incidents that could be used to accuse individual Nazis as war criminals?
Yes. I saw Nazis in that time. They killed Jews with wooden planks, sometimes for stilled potatoes and sometimes without a reason for nothing.
What was the composition of the inmates, number, ages, sex, Jews and non-Jews, towns or areas of origin?
There was in the camp about 145,000 people. How many there was living, I don't know exactly. There was from all kind of ages, up to 40, I think. To 40 years old. No old people in the camp. There was men and women, Jews and non-Jews, and they was coming from all over.
What did the work consist of?
I drove with my wagon, sometimes from Birkenau. I pick up food and clothing for the SS. Sometimes I did construction work. I brought food to the kitchen, and I kept the horses clean.
Describe the capos. Were they good ones or bad ones?
Some of them was good, and some of them was bad.
Describe the food.
Well, a cup soup once in a day, a piece of bread, a piece of margarine, once in a blue moon, a piece of salami. Most of the time I was very hungry.
Describe the daily routine.
I woke up at 4:30 in the morning. First of all, I clean the horses and feed them. And I put them and throw them into the wagons. And I started to work with them.
Were people killed? How many? When? By whom? Germans or non-German guards? Were there actions in the camp?
People was killed in any way. There was eating and beating and kicked only by the Kappas and by the Germans. Only the Germans and the Kappas, they was the killers and the people.
Were there attempts to escape?
Yes. They were caught and hanged.
Was there an organized underground?
Yes.
Was there planned resistance?
Yes, it was.
Was there also contact with the outside?
Yes, it was.
Were there any children in the camp, hidden or open?
No, it wasn't any children.
What were the relations between the Jewish inmates? Was there antagonism between groups from the same town, between groups from different towns, between Polish and other Jews, between Jews and non-Jews? Please give details.
There was a good relations. There was no antagonism between Jews and non-Jews.
Did you receive help from fellow inmates?
Yes, I received food.
Well, you will.
No.
Was there medical attention of any kind, official or clandestine, by Germans or Jewish personnel?
No.
Describe the clothing.
Jacket. I was wearing a jacket, pants, underwear, a thin coat, and that's all.
Did you or anyone else receive mail officially? Parcels?
No, not me, nobody received any kind of mail. No parcel.